The Apple Silicon Mac Minis are some of the best value in desktop computers, boasting great performance to price ratio. In this video, we are going to take a look at this M2 Mac Mini. This model has the 512GB SSD, 8GB of RAM, and the M2 chip. Unboxing this computer gives you that pleasant Apple experience. You get the computer and a power cable, and the Apple sticker. You'll need to supply your own keyboard, mouse, and screen. A lot of people hate on this, but it's kind of nice because every few years you can upgrade your Mac setup just by buying a new Mac Mini. Setup is easy. You can start as a fresh machine, or you can copy from a PC or Mac. I've had great luck with Apple's migration assistant using Wi-Fi, USB cords, and Thunderbolt cords. Thunderbolt will make the transfer the fastest possible, but like most things Apple, the process just works. You will want an Apple ID to take full advantage of the computer using iCloud, Find My, Messages, the App Store, and all the other Apple features. The M2 Mac Mini includes 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 2 USB-A ports, HDMI, Wi-Fi 6E boasting up to 2.4 gigabits throughput, and Gigabit Ethernet. You can also upgrade to an M2 Pro to get 4 Thunderbolt ports, and there's also an available 10 gigabit Ethernet port. The M1 Mac Mini used 2 NAND SSDs even in the smallest configuration, but the M2 uses 1 NAND SSD in the 256 gigabyte configuration, which leads to slower disk speeds. I opted to get the 512GB SSD because you get 2 NAND chips instead of the 1, leading to faster speeds. This is a great, enjoyable computer to use. It's super quiet and I never heard the fans come on once, even when editing 4K video. Just be aware that when you buy this computer, you'll need to spend more money to buy a high quality display and you'll want a nice keyboard and mouse as well. This is kind of nice though because the Mac Mini allows you to buy the exact accessories you need instead of being stuck with what comes in the box. You could get the Apple Magic Keyboard and Mouse, or get the trackpad instead of the mouse. You could also opt to buy something like the Logitech MX series keyboards and mice, which offer more customization and buttons. Additionally, you can buy a cheap display, or you can buy an Apple Studio display, or one of LG's mid-tier displays, or the new Samsung displays. The choices are endless with the Mac Mini. Just testing this computer out for a few days, I have no major complaints on it. Part of me wishes that Apple would update the design of the Mac Mini just to give it something to differentiate and make it look a little bit newer. They've been using the same body shape since around 2011. There's another part of me that wishes Apple would just bite the bullet and put some USB 4 ports or potentially an SD card reader on the front of the computer. In conclusion, I think there's a lot of great things this computer has going for it. This configuration came in at right around $800. But if you don't need the faster disk speed, or if you can just get by with less storage space, the 256 is a great affordable option that will get you a solid desktop computer. I do wish that it came with a few more Thunderbolt or USB ports, as they can fill up really quickly, especially if you're using a Thunderbolt port for a display like I am for my LG 5K display. But I think what Apple is going for with this Mac Mini is a cheap starting point with the ability to choose what features you need. You can get the M2 Pro chip to get the additional Thunderbolt ports, or if you really need the extra I/O, they want you to splurge and buy the Mac Studio. At the end of the day, when buying a new Mac computer, you need to decide what's important for your setup. If you need to be using a lot of devices connected to it, then you probably want to splurge and get the M2 Pro, or just upgrade to the Mac Studio. But if you're just using this Mac Mini as a nice desktop computer and you don't need to connect a ton of accessories, then I think it'll get the job done for you just fine. Overall, I think this is a great computer that will hold up well. You'll be very happy with it as long as you don't need the additional I/O that some of the more expensive models provide. Thanks for watching this video. If you found value in this content, please consider liking this video and purchasing a Mac Mini with the links in the description below. This will help support the channel. Also, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos that I'm going to be doing on all things Apple products.